Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chaotic Little Book Corner. My name's Acacia. Today we're going to be doing my October book haul. I'm going to be doing my October book haul this week, my Lit unboxing this week, and 2 TBRs for the Dewey Readathon / Cozy Reading Night, and also Mercedes Autumnal Readathon, or Autumn Readathon, and I will talk about those in their videos that will come in later on in this week. But the reason I'm doing all of these now is I have my surgery next week, which means starting this Friday there will be no videos until November, I want to say. I think that it's going to take me at least 2 to 3 weeks to recover from the surgery, so I won't be filming. So I just want to get everything up, and then I will do wrap-ups when I return. And I will talk to you guys then about everything else. But let's dive into the book haul, and let's start with what I've picked up myself. So the first book I want to talk about is this. This is Trainwreck, The Women We Love to Hate, Mock and Fear and Why, and it's by Sadie Doyle. This is a book that is about women and their experience and why we end up mocking them and how we end up taking women in power and shooting them down and making them feel like they are less than, and also how we follow women like Charlotte Bronte and Mary Shelley and Billie Holiday and Sylvia Plath, and then end up trying to take them down and tear them apart when they are actually doing good things for the female experience. And it is just going to be really interesting, and I'm hoping to read this for Nonfiction November. This is Mythomania, Tales from Our Times of Apple and Isis, and this is by Peter Conrad. This is current day mythology and the stories and myths that we tell ourselves and that we tell communities and outside environments, and it talks about different mythology, talking about Queen Elizabeth and Caitlyn Jenner and the Tyrannosaurus Rex and Donald Trump, and what we have learned about these people and these experiences and what is true and what is myth. So I'm very excited about that. Then I'm very curious about this book. This is Drinks with Dead Poets, and it's by Glenn Maxwell, and this is a fictional depiction of classes taught by different poets. So it has different people such as Emily Dickinson, Edgar Allan Poe, the Brontes, Wilfred Owens, and it's just going to kind of dive into these poets and their stories and what they would teach us if they could now. I am so curious about this and very excited. Then I picked up this on the recommendation of the store of print at my favorite local bookstore, and this is Tom Perotta's Mrs. Fletcher, and this is the story of a woman who gets texted a mysterious text that she is a MILF, and then ends up getting invested in looking at porn. And it's going to be very strange, and it's going to be interesting, and it's the sexual awakening of a middle-aged woman. This could go really well or really badly. I don't know. We shall see. Then I picked up The Good People by Hannah Kent. This is one that needs no introduction. This was one of my most anticipated books of the year. Hannah Kent is incredible, and I am very excited to pick up this book and read it. Women of the 19th century Ireland, rescuing a child. It's going to be great, and I'm very excited about it. Very excited. Then this is going to be for Nonfiction November as well. This is The People Are Going to Rise Like the Waters Upon Your Shore, A Story of America's Rage by Jared Yates Sexton. This is a man who experiences and talks to Trump supporters and experiences what they experience and learns their opinions and why they think the way they do. And I am just really interested to see the opposite side of what I know and believe and why they think the way they do and experience what they experience at Trump rallies and such. This is just based on fact, and there is some emotion to it, but I'm hoping it'll mostly be fact, which will allow me to kind of take my own emotions out of it and just learn from a side that I don't agree with, because I want to understand both sides of the equation. I picked up a YA. This is Moxie by Jennifer Matthew, and this is a YA about a woman or a young girl who ends up designing a feminist zine in her school. And I'm just very excited about this. It has been blurbed by Amy Poehler. It just looks like a really easy read, really fun, and it could be a really great feminist story, and we shall see how that goes. But I figured I'd pick it up and give it a try. Then I picked up this for Mercedes Autumn Readathon. This is The Nordic Theory of Everything in Search of a Better Life by Anu Paratin. It was damaged, so it was discounted. See, it's damaged. Like, you can see the, like, yeah. It's damaged, so it's discounted. So it was totally worth it. This is just a nonfiction talking about the Nordic living, and I am very excited to dive into that. Then this one was just weird and creepy, and I thought it could be really fun. This is The Motion of Puppets, and it is the story of a woman who is... She falls in love with a puppet store, and then one night she is being chased by someone, and she wanders into the puppet store for safety, and then is turned into a puppet, and her husband has to find her. And the only way to release her from the puppet world is to recognize her as her personal self. So, it was compared to Coraline, which is why I thought it would be very fun. It's not something I've ever heard of. It looks very strange and obscure, but I am excited to read it. And then this one is Little Sister by Barbara Gowdy. This one is going to be very strange. It is published by Tin House, which is always a little more strange. And this one is about a girl named Rose who every time she dreams believes she's in another woman's body, but they're not sure if she is in fact inhabiting another woman's body or if she is merely dreaming. And I have heard incredible things about this. I have seen very strange reviews on it, but I am very happy to have it and to dive into this. Then we have this, which I have read already, but I have started rereading because I enjoyed it so much. This is The Visitor, and it's by Catherine Burns. It is a psychological thriller about a girl who is badly bullied by her schoolmates, her family, and her brother, and things are going very, very wrong, and there are screams in the night coming from her cellar where her brother is working, and she does not know why, and after her brother dies, she has to go into the cellar to see what is happening. So there's that. Then I was sent all of these books for review by the publishers. This first one is I Know My Name by C.J. Cook. This is a book about a young woman who ends up being sent to a Greek island, and she washes ashore with no memory of herself, but she is confused by the inhabitants of this island who she thinks have something to do with her loss of memory. So that's a thriller. Then I picked up this. This has been just grabbing my attention. I'm absolutely loving it. This is Red Clocks by Lenny Zumas, and this is a dystopian book about a place where abortion is illegal as well as artificial insemination because the fetus cannot give verbal permission to be inseminated. And it's just dark and it's twisted, and I am adoring it, and I cannot wait to finish this. Then we have Her Body and Other Parties, which is by Cameron Maria Machado, and it is compared to Karen Russell. It is just been praised by Alyssa Nutting, Jeffrey Vandermeer. It looks like it's going to be incredible. I was sent this by Grey Wolf Press, and I am so excited to read this short story collection. So excited. I have been anticipating this ever since I heard that it was coming out. Then we have Evening Primrose by Kapona Matala. And this is the story of a woman who wants to become a doctor and ends up working in the South African public healthcare system. And she ends up seeing some very horrific things. So this is going to be really, really hard to read, but really, really important. And I'm very excited about this. I was sent this one by Kirkus Press. And I'm very, very excited about that. Then this one I was sent for review. This is from Microism Publishing. This is from Microism Publishing, and this is Unfuck Your Brain, Using Science to Get Over Anxiety, Depression, Anger, Freakouts, and Triggers. And it's by Faith G. Harper. So we shall see how I feel about this, because this could go a couple of different ways for me. I am excited to read it, but it's going to be a dip in and out of thing for me, because I will probably get triggered by the book itself, to be completely honest. And then I was lucky enough to be sent this by Harville Seeker, or Vintage. This is The Mermaid and Mrs Hancock by Imogen Hermes Gower. And I am so excited about this. This is a big release for 2018. This is going to be so much fun for me to dive into in November and December. This is just, it's going to be so much fun. So much fun. It is not 600 pages, which means it'll just be one that I can dive into for my own pleasure, but also before it releases. And I know you guys have probably seen this on a couple of the channels, but I am very excited to dive into it. So there you have it, folks. Those are all the books that I have received and picked up in the month of October, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you loved it, click subscribe, and I will talk to you in the comments, quandaries, and compliments down below in the comments. All right, bye.